This is a basic stir-fry meal. The rice cooker, I've got the rice going here, Jasmine 2010 crop rice. The other ingredients that I need, are in here is celery, onions, and ginger. In here is strictly 2 different kinds of bell peppers. A can of chicken broth, some good strong Chinese sesame oil, and in the meat that's been marinating, which is chicken, diced chicken, is Big Dan's teriyaki sauce. I've used it for years. It's great. And in here is the Big Dan's teriyaki sauce, a little bit of fish sauce, and a little bit of sesame oil. And that's been marinating. And in here, other ingredients that you're going to need as you're cooking is the rice vinegar, some cornstarch for thickening, and a tablespoon, a good heaping tablespoon of brown sugar. Okay, so the first thing is I'm turning the wok on as high as you can get it. If it's an electric stove, high. If it's gas, turn it all the way up. It's got to be sizzling hot. And as soon as it gets real hot, which is going to be very soon, I'm going to dump this in there and I'm going to stir it around until it more or less caramelizes. Then I'm going to dump in the can of chicken broth, and then I'm going to dump in some sesame oil, which can go in before, when it's caramelized. Dump some of this good strong Chinese sesame oil. Japanese sesame oil is weak. That's what I put in marinade, but this is some strong sesame oil. And then I'm going to put the brown sugar in. I forgot that. The brown sugar is going to go in, which you'll see as soon as I start cooking with this. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put the chicken, the marinated chicken in there now. You can come over here and, okay. And the only, after you get everything cut up, the only tools you're going to need are a big spoon in your wok to stir it until it's done. But even after it's done, we want to let it go until it gets cooked down to the point where the stuff is sticky. And what makes it good and sticky, the caramelized, is the sweetness in Big Dan's teriyaki sauce and the brown sugar. So we're still cooking it down. It's not quite caramelized yet. We'll let it sit here a minute. And I think now might be a good time to dump in some of this stronger sesame oil, which is that secret smell you smell when you drive by a Chinese restaurant. You think, boy, that smells good. Well, that's sesame oil. And a little bit of the fish sauce kind of makes it a hint of Thai food flavor. And they use like fish sauce and peanut butter, basically. But this is just my stir fry. I don't have a name for it. I always use chicken, but you can use anything, pork, beef. Now it's starting to get serious. Now there's hardly any liquid left, and we're down to where everything's getting sticky. And if you wanted to make kung pao chicken now it's when you add those little red peppers and some peanuts, and it's done. You don't have to do anything else. Okay, now we're ready for the finalizing this thing. Now that's the longest part of it is getting that meat nice and dark. You can see that. And getting to be a little bit sticky. Now I'm going to dump in the can of chicken broth. Here comes the chicken broth. And a little more, a good time to put in the rice vinegar. And I'm going to dump that in like a couple tablespoons maybe. Now I'm going to add like an equal amount of water. Okay, this is an equal amount of water. Now, after I've got the water, is a good time to thicken it. And I'm going to use cornstarch, and I'm going to put in like 2 tablespoons to start with for the cornstarch, and then stir it with my whisk. That's the thickener. And that will thicken it up, and it was the right temperature because there's no lumps, which if there was, it would just take some time to cook them out. Then I'm going to add the bell peppers, and then I'm going to add the celery and ginger, and some green onions, a few green onions sliced up. Then I get my big spoon out again and stir it. And if it doesn't thicken when it gets hot, I'll put some more cornstarch in it, but I think it probably will. And I'll let some of that liquid cook out of it. Now we're letting this boil down a little bit. I don't see a whole lot of thickening, but I don't want to get it too thick. So we'll give it a little time here, and I'm going to turn this down to I'm going to turn my stove down, electric stove, down to a 4 and let it sit there and simmer a while. Okay, because that's a lot of liquid, I'm going to put another tablespoon of cornstarch in there. Now we get a little more character, and there's nothing in here to make it hot. If you wanted it hot, put the little red peppers in right after the meat gets brown, and let them cook their oils into the stuff. Or you can add any kind of like Asian chili sauce if you want it a little hotter. Do you think you do? Maybe we'll put it a little hotter. We'll just add a little bit of hot to it. Let me taste that. Those Asians use a sweet chili sauce. I'm not sure I like that. And then I think I'm done. Yeah, look at this beautiful jasmine rice, if you could smell it. Okay.